Oops, give us a moment. Yeah, I got to finding the exe. It just took me a while because it's embedded so many directories down. It is, yeah. Yeah. The last bit of it from the bin directory is all the same. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just wondering whether the dash panel sitting there and getting in the way of it. It's an easy one to do. I'll shut down the dash panel server and see if it works without it. Bit of pity if that doesn't work because I use that predominantly for silly things like the knocking the steering wheel and turning the beacons on, which is one of my bad habits. It shows up straight away on there.
Yeah, someone copy striked it. I don't know, mate. I'm going to be honest with you. That's me putting a drink down again.
Right, well that shut down the dash panel server, so we'll give it a quick job on the on truck books and see where it goes with that.
Do a short journey, like only 2 or 3 kilometres. Like in the same city, just so that you get a quicker result.
Yeah.
It logs it no matter how much of or how small of a journey. Actually, there's an easy way that I can find out whether it has been logged for you.
Well, this one's 1,700 quid, and I think 99% of it's the ferry.
So if I go onto my trucks book, I'll be able to click on to company, open trucks book, statistics within company. No, you've still not. Have you been accepted into the company?
I don't think so yet because the invitation only was thrown out. Well,
I don't even have.
I was still playing the game, so I wonder whether that would have affected it if I've not got the company set.
So if you go onto company list on the actual trucks book website.
Yeah, I've done the application.
So if I go on to profile,
But don't know whether the application's been accepted yet. I may just be sitting there and overthinking it, and it just needs to wait until the application's been accepted, and then it'll do it with the company. I don't know. Just know it's not showing up yet.
I need to search for this company. Hold on. Because you've got Ghost, Sacco, you. No. Daftman, no. Rob. I might crash. Rocket Ron. No, you're not on here.
Yeah. I didn't think it probably was because of the fact that it's relatively short amount of time.
The only person that I know who's online right now give me 2 seconds, I'll jump on to another group chat and I'll quickly see if Little Magpie can accept you.
Aha.
Hey, is Mags here?
What?
On Trucksbook, the Saint's just done an application to join the company. Would you be able to accept him for us? I'm just trying to see that
In a minute.
for you. Cheers, mate.
I've been trying to do this bloody job since fucking what? What time?
3 hours.
3 hours.
I'm sorry.
Holy shit.
I'm sorry.
I've still got 560 miles left.
It was a 1 hour and 3 minute job, and we still got
Yeah.
38 minutes of driving left on it.
We've
Fucking hell.
been waiting for Magpie to come back for the last 2 hours.
I ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can wait for him.
you mean Big Mags?
Big Mags.
What the fuck you waiting for him to come back ever for? He's not coming back. He'll come back in about half an hour. Say, right lads, shutting the server down.
I know.
Right, let's see if I can do it on my phone while I'm driving.
Let me just accelerate to 70.
Yeah, get out the way. Right, trucks book.
I'm not doing that bad on Trucksbook this month.
I still haven't looked at it.
Do you want to know the statistics?
Couldn't give a fuck.
Fair enough.
Right, what's my fucking login?
Daft Power, you are 7th.
How the fuck am I 7th? I haven't even been driving.
What am I? 25th to? No, they're going to take a mate. I think I'm 8th, or David.
David?
I think I was 8th, yeah.
What am I for, American truck?
No, it logs overall mileage, doesn't it?
I can't remember what I was.
Sorry, American truck.
Oh, Daft Lads left the company apparently.
You're 1,300. You are 5th in the company with
Yeah.
1,300 mile.
This is the first day I've played American truck this month, and I'm 5th already.
You might beat Rocket Ron and Euro Truck.
Well, nobody beats Rocket One because he just drives forever.
Is already on 80,000 kilometres.
Has he definitely applied? Because I can't see anything.
Right, hold on.
Hang on, I found it.
Have you found it?
So it looks all different on the phone. View application. Okay. Bit late to the party now on Windows. Access denied.
So it's been accepted, yeah?
Be right back. My mother's messaging us.
Yes, he's accepted.
Cheers, mate. I'm just going to set him up on Trucksbook now.
Cool.
I'll leave you trucking in peace. Thank you.
Aye, fuck off.
Yeah, he's just accepted you into the company, mate.
Ah, yeah, excellent. Well, hopefully I should find out either on this one or the next one.
No.
I've shut down the dash panel server
What
anyway,
you
just in
need
case.
to do is come out of Euro Truck.
Yeah. and restart
relaunch
it again
through
from.
Truckbook, but just confirm to me that when you click Truckbook and go onto truckbook.eu.
Yeah.
So you go onto your name.
Whoops, heads.
And it says go to
Bear with me for 2
truckbook.eu.
seconds. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm 290 miles out. I'm finding out whether this one goes through.
It probably won't.
No, it probably won't. But this one's 90% ferry, so I may as well sit there and quickly throw it in anyway.
Yeah, no. I just jumped in the other chat with Little Mags, and he went, "Why the fuck are you waiting for Big Mags for? He ain't gonna come back." I was like, well.
It's politics, isn't it? There's always politics.
Yeah, so I was like, if you wouldn't mind just accepting him into the company.
Yeah. I used to run a trike building club online at one point. And there's always politics involved somewhere.
I'm running a car club, and there is no politics involved.
Well, you're doing well.
No, there was no politics involved. It's just honesty.
Yeah.
If everyone else thinks you're being a cunt, they'll just tell you. Sorry for my language. But that's how
We just used to land up with really, really silly ones occasionally. Somebody sat there, the guy in another forum had spent like 3 and a bit years getting somebody from the DVLA to come in and actually have a chat with them.
Mm.
And he copied the guy's article and just pasted it straight into our forum.
Well,
And obviously you got the bloke that had actually done all the research come in and sat there and said, I don't mind you linking to it, but just putting the whole thing up.
Well, look at it this way, yeah. We had this one guy. He was about 26, and he was like, "Look, I'm thinking about dating a 16-year-old." We were like, "No, mate. If you do that, we won't have nothing to do with you." We were like, "We cannot support this. Like it's
Yeah.
wrong on all sorts of levels." He went and done it, and then when he had the police called on him, he was like, "Look, I don't know what happened." We were like, "Well, we did fucking tell you."
Yeah.
You know.
I've had that happen with 2 people I've known. They're not that end of the spectrum, but doing ones where they've broken copyright and it's gone a bit silly. One of them, the guy is still to this day paying for a .co.uk to try and take this other person's website down, and it's kind of the guy apologised and everything else, took it down and sat there and said sorry, which is kind of the normal rule of what you do. It's right, okay, well, it wasn't meant, sorry about that, thank you very much, and it's all forgotten. And this guy's held the .co.uk for about the last 8 years, and you kind of, let it go. Bit odd, bit strange, but hey. I don't know what he's doing with it though. He's taken on the .co.uk. He's not actually bitching against the other person's website, but he's just holding it as you can't ever own this. I think it's a bit strange, very odd. And someone remind me to always look where I'm going before I get on the ferry. Yeah, this is literally straight on the docks for the drop off, so.
I've only got 1,374 kilometres.
I apparently have 0 miles, so it can't be too far away.
And the funny thing is, so I've got 1,370 kilometres. I'm on over 3/4 of a tank, and I've only got 1,000 kilometres in fuel. few 100 kilometres short. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get outside of Barcelona and I'm going to fuel up.
That's the other one to remind me is that the wheel moves when you exit the game, so don't lean against it.
What does yours do? The auto centre?
Yeah, it does. I was just leaning against it when it did it.
Ouch. Like I had a thing where I linked my Xbox controller up to the PC, and I'd accidentally fallen asleep. And as I'd rolled over during the night, it activated the Xbox controller, which turned on my PC, and the steering wheel was going off fucking mission. Because it does the full lock one way, the full lock the other way, and then it recenters.
I actually found the card that comes with the steering wheel the other day with the health and safety warning. Do not leave this near young children. What?
It is designed for young children.
Yeah, but they reckon it's dangerous because it moves.
Yeah, but everything's dangerous because it moves.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where you kind of read it and sit there and think, well, so who's going to use this steering wheel then?
The one that I saw that made me really laugh is I was delivering I was dropping off shit basically. I was dropping off secure paper waste to this shredding unit in furnace. And it said, warning, furnace might become hot if lit.
One of those ones where you're sitting there thinking, I damn well hope so.
You sit there and you think, who the fuck is going to test, is it hot with their hand or something like that? Do you know what I'm saying? Furnace might be hot when lit. But then again, on the back of knives now it said, warning, may contain sharp blades.
Yeah, another one where you kind of, I hope so.
Or did you hear that supermarket in, I think it was Sainsbury's, that got sued because their peanuts didn't have main containing nuts on it.
There's always someone. The McDonald's one where they had to put that their hot coffee was hot. You kind of, well,
Yeah. That's the reason you buy it. Yeah, but peanuts may contain nuts. It's in the fucking name. You don't go, oh, peanuts, I wonder what's in there. Do you?
Well, if you do, you probably due an adverse reaction from them. I didn't say that one, no.
At that point, it's just evolution. Evolution just needs to take place.
That was roughly where I was going with it.
Survival of the fittest. Well, we had it, especially in the kitchen that I worked at. We had it where someone would burst a water main above us in the flat.
Yeah.
And
Keep
the
left.
light bulbs were leaking water. And we were like, we don't know who to call here, an electrician or a plumber.
Well, you start with stopping the water and work backwards.
Yeah, but like every time that the water came dripping down, it was sort of like you could see the electricity arcing, and it was like, yeah, we're probably going to need to
Yeah,
flip over.
it's never good. Normally, if the plumber thinks it's serious, they'll call the Sparky. They tend not to sit there and want to stick their hands in there and go, "I'll just see whether." Oh, yeah, that might be live.
Keep left.
No, I found it funny when the plumber turned around to us and he said he had to earth the sink.
Yeah, the quite often the rings are earthed, so they have to carry the earth on.
No. What the guy had done, he'd installed a new sink. He drilled through the wall and accidentally drilled through a breaker box.
Oh, lovely.
And then he said, "Oh yeah, I earthed that sink once or twice." And no one, he went, I've earthed it once or twice," and he was like, "I don't know why it's still sparking." I was like, "Perhaps it's not supposed to have electric flow through it." Probably
Never advisable.
Yeah, he was a right idiot. We had to call him back about 4 or 5 times. We called him back about 4 or 5 times, and in the end, the insurance company got involved.
Yeah.
And it got sorted out correctly.
I've seen a few occasions though where the light fitting seems to be the lowest point in the room, and it kind of I don't know whether design-wise that's kind of the best idea, because water's always going to go there.
Yeah. We had a freezer, right? So as soon as you open the door, the freezer unit stopped working. The actual freezer pack at the back
Yeah.
would just stop blowing out air altogether.
Oh, I don't know whether I should have accepted this one. This one's the one that comes out of the actual horrendous doorway. Again. Oh, lovely. Right. I'll try another one.
Keep left.
Yeah, I've got so many good memories of working in the kitchens. I've also got, like, have you ever watched the program Kitchen Nightmares?
I have, yeah.
9 out of 10 times is what I refer to the good times as working in the kitchen is would be referred to a kitchen nightmare. We had a head chef, right, her name was Sam. I will admit she wasn't the cleanest person in the world, but she knew how to do her job.
Yeah.
And then one day I decided to get more produce out from the fridge, and I saw her shooting heroin in the fridge.
Lovely.
Yeah, when I told the managers that, they were like, right, everything has to come out of that fridge. It has
Yeah.
to be thrown away.
Yeah.
And that was the longest day of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it was one of them massive walk-in fridges.
Yes. Yeah.
And then from there, it had to be bleached top to bottom.
Yeah. We had the one where somebody had the door on the walk-in freezer close on them, and they pulled on the handle and it come off in their hand. I think that was their longest day, because they had to wait for somebody else to need something to open the door before they could get out. No, you don't normally go to work to get frozen.
Keep left.
That guy I told you about, VJ, I don't know what attracted him one day, but this was January a couple of years ago. But we were cleaning down the kitchen together because it was just me and him on shift.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened, but I was just generally joking with him, you know, like there was no even harsh jokes.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, do you want to grab a beer, you know, that sort of talk.
Yeah.
And then I turned around and he's got a knife in his hand. He was like, I'm gonna seriously stab you and all that. And then he started running towards me with the knife.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that's the only time I've ever had to fight someone.
Yeah.
And I didn't even fight him. I sort of threw something at him just to stop him from running. I ran out the kitchen and
Yeah.
barricaded myself until the police arrived.
Yeah. I've lived in shared housing where somebody decided to change the channel on the TV by picking it up and throwing it across the room, which was somewhat alarming. That's where you sit there and think, yeah, you probably do want some police here at the moment. Why is that? Well, they just changed channel by throwing it across the room. Yeah, things are going slightly sideways.
I had the satisfying noise because the room that I was in was nowhere near thick enough the walls. I could hear him get tasered.
Yeah.
I had the satisfying noise of him sounding like a Wookiee of the Star Wars.
Well, the one that was funny with that one was they sent a WPC to arrest the guy. Yeah, but then when she turned up, I think she must have played rugby quite a lot. She was a big old unit. Suffice to say, he went very quietly.
No, this guy, I don't know whether he was on drugs or anything like that. He took 2 tasers. One of them fired, then all of a sudden you heard the second one shoot.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, it's either that he's got pissed off with the first one and tried stabbing the police.
Oh, lovely. Well, all I can say is, as I said, the lad that did that, the lady came in, picked him up, basically put him under her arm, and walked off with him. And it was right. Well, I guess that's the end of him then.
No, he got 8-year sentence for that. And then whilst he was in prison, he was actually linked to an attempted murder. And he got a further 30 years for that.
Yeah.
To run in consecutive with the 8 years, so in total he got 38 years.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, he was 53 when he was arrested. So that 38 years is death sentence, basically.
Yeah. One of the ones where they don't want him to come out.
No, he ain't coming out.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing though. He was such a nice guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Until that one night.
Yeah. I've known some bikers that have got some stories to tell. But that's normally after they've done their sentence and they've come out afterwards.
Oh yeah, I know some of them bikers because we've got the Hells Angels down at Southend.
Yeah.
You know, and I know one of the Hells Angels' daughters.
Yeah.
Is my best mate. And I kid you not, I'm so scared to go towards their dad.
They're all right. They just got their own set of rules.
No, he's the nicest guy ever, but he was like, "You touch my daughter, I'll kill you." It's like, look, we're best mates. That's it.
Yeah.
There was nothing going on between me and her. Nothing ever will. Because I'm in love with her best mate, but anyway.
Yeah. So there's some nice lads in amongst there, but as I said, most of those you might occasionally hear of what's happened in the past, but they've done their time, so hey, who cares?
Oh no, most of them are sitting there like, most of them are like, oh yeah, we've proved ourselves, but we won't be scared to prove ourselves again, sort of thing.
Well, one of the lads I know, his idea of asking for a divorce involved an axe, and suffice to say, he spent a few years ruining the decision to take it that way.
Well, no, I remember I was down at Southend for a car show. We always invite the Hells Angels down there because it's not like that we want bodyguards down there, but we like to look at their bikes.
Yeah.
You know, like we like to incorporate bikes into our shows.
Yes. Yeah.
And we thought we will invite the biggest biking gang that we know of down in the area.
Yeah.
That was until someone reversed into their bike.
Oh.
And it knocked the whole lot of them over.
Yeah.
He was the most hated person at that car show.
Yeah. That is the one where you need a lot of beers and a lot of apologies.
Oh no, he didn't need a lot of apologies. He got dragged out of the car and beat to fuck.
That sounds about average. You see, sitting there and having quite a few people that rode trikes, the trikes were always the people that carried the beer.
Yeah.
That was how it worked. With well, if you got an extra wheel, you can carry this lot as well.
No, one of the Hells Angels down at Southend, he's got an airport tug.
Yeah.
He's got an old motorbike converted airport tug, and he has about 3 or 4 kegs on the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then what they do when they get there, they bring the gas bottles.
Yes. Yeah.
Free beer.
Yeah. Indeed.
No, but the funny thing is, they go to us and they go, look, we won't charge you for coming to your car shows. We'll just be there as extra security sort of thing.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, you can come along, you know, don't really want to piss you guys off.
Normally all right.
I will admit there's been one time where someone threatened a kid, and it was one of the last things that he did.
Yeah.
No, the Hells Angels done it the correct way. They beat the fuck out of him, then they handed him to the next police unit.
Yes. Yeah.
No, they literally dropped him outside the police car and was like, you can deal with him.
Yeah.
It's not one of the sites, like, it's one of them sites where you can't look away, but you didn't really want to see it either.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy threatened like a 10-year-old kid. He's like, I'm going to punch you.
Yeah. It's not done.
And this big bloke, yeah, I kid you not, he's the classical Hells Angel. He had a bald head, you know, fucking muscles out to... he had the largest goatee I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And he went, the fuck did you just say to that kid?
Yeah.
And then you kind of saw the guy get flung across the road.
Yeah.
He was like, you ever talk to my kids like that? No, fucking kid.
Guys, I'm gonna jump off.
We had a second chef that was like that. So.
No, mate, I'll set up a server.
Thanks, man.
I'm going to quickly set up a server.
I put mine up as a backup server sometimes, but it's kind of such a small machine that I limited it to 4 people so that you didn't get lag. And it's kind of, I don't know what the point of putting it up with that number of clients is.
There you go, my server's up.
Yeah, I've got nothing in the way of the Truckbook client to sit there and say what it uses to connect, other than that it needs to be running. So
it runs in the background of your desktop.
Yeah, so we shall see. I've only got 4 miles to do on this one. This one was another one of the same port, different cargo. Just take it across the other side this time.
Yeah, if you're looking for the server, it's called Magpie's Temp World.
I'm just going to be doing the 4 miles and seeing whether this comes up on Truckbooks.
What, you're going to come off?
I don't know, but the missus is saying something about food and coffee and the rest of it, so I think it's probably about that time of the night.
Oh, fair enough. I'm going to do one more long haul and then that'll be me done.
Yeah, I'd just like to get this actually showing up on Truckbooks if I can. Because it's been a long time of me being on Linux saying, well, yes, and then on Windows and saying, well, yes. So it's probably time that it should be on there.
So if I do another 2,000 mile journey, that'll take me to 1. No, it's 10 o'clock now, so it'll be 11, 12, 2. Fuck, I'm not nothing tomorrow, so...
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
I'm just going to keep going for as long as I can.
Yeah. Well, as I said, this one's just a short tester. Let's see whether it logs it or not. The only other thing I can think of doing is actually doing a full uninstall of the dash panel and then seeing whether it works without that. If it doesn't,
no, because remember, you've only just been accepted into the company.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah, little Max wasn't too happy when I said, oh yeah, I'll accept you into the company, and he was like, oh, I've been trying to do this job for the last 4 hours and everyone keeps asking me to do stuff.
That's what you get when you're being part of the management, mate.
It is, but I also get his frustration.
Yeah. Whoops, amazing. Oh, there we go. Crying out loud, it can't be that far away. I've got 0 miles on the screen. Oh, there we go. It can't be that far away because I'm driving down towards water, and if I go too far, I'll be in the dock.
I need one more fuel station because I've got 845 kilometres, but I've got 548 kilometres range.
Yeah, you do need another fuel stop.
It's so piss taking because it's so close.
Yeah. Oops, baby. Oh, whoops. Oh, there we go.
I'm going to push it as far as I can. Yeah, I've got that saved on YouTube if you want me to show you the video evidence of me going down to 1 kilometre. Oh, I wish it was that temperature outside now, 21 degrees. Yes, please.
Yeah, I've got loads of stuff I need to get done. All of which would kind of,
Keep left.
benefit from the temperature being a bit warmer. We're there.
Probably not that one though.
Yeah, wouldn't mind. But I've got a shed to build, no. Never mind the rest of the stuff. Well, it recorded nothing, so we're doing well.
It's probably because you've only just been accepted into the company and you didn't restart your game after being accepted into the company. Did you?
Yeah, indeed.
If you launch the full truck spot tomorrow, it
Yeah.
will be okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the one of making me missus a cup of coffee and getting her something to eat, and then I'll do another couple of ones afterwards.
Who's
Recomputing.
that that's just joined?
It's just me.
Oh, hello, my friend. How are you?
How are you doing?
Yeah, not
Make
too
a
bad, mate.
U-turn
I've got
now.
a server up called Magpie's Temp Server
Alright.
because Magpie's just left. He's just shut down the server.
I noticed that. Aye.
Finding
How
the
you doing,
road.
Kaelman? Have you applied for the Navy yet?
No, I'm not allowed.
Why is that?
My autism.
Sorry?
I'm autistic.
And that's an exclusion, is it?
Yep.
Bloody hell. So what are you going to do now then?
I'm focusing on my trucking.
That's disappointing. Maybe something else you can go into though.
No, I want to travel the world and see and like work at the same time. So I can't deal with being stuck in the same place every day.
No.
So that's why I want to get into the trucking business.
Alright.
I'd like to do international.
Well, I mean, as a trucker, like.
Yeah.
Alright. It comes with its own problems, that one.
I know it does, but
Aye.
those problems
I mean,
can easily be solved.
I used to. There was a guy. We sort of peculiar thing with the partner had. She was Welsh and her friend was Welsh, and her friend's boyfriend was a trucker, and Jesus, the stories he used to tell. Weird stuff. And I mean,
I'm in the business at the moment. I'm only a little 3.5 ton van driver, but I'm in the correct business for it. I'm in the lineup.
Yeah, But the international stuff can get a bit weird, because you know when he was telling me about it, I thought, Jesus, I didn't want to be involved in that.
Yeah, the
I mean,
immigrants.
no, that at that time, no. I mean, it's bribes that you need to give to bloody
Yes,
border guards and things, you know.
The gendarme.
You know, and it's simple things like a bar of chocolate and things like that. And he used to carry these things in his truck, apparently.
Yeah.
You know, and that used to do it. It was weird, like, you know, weird stuff, like.
Yeah, honestly, it is weird.
Aye. I mean, it's no for everybody, that I wouldn't have thought, because it must be quite strange, because you're on your own, and you're faced with somebody that's not going to let you pass unless you give them a bribe, you know. Which, you know, must be a wee bit peculiar.
The guy that I was learning with, no, the guy that I started doing trucking with, I've been doing it now for a couple of years.
Aye.
After reapplying and like seeing where that got, and how
Aye.
told, oh yeah, no. There's a guy I've been training with, his name's Dave. He used to do a run from Russia to London every
Oh
week.
my god. Oh my god.
That was his weekly route. So 1 week he'll go out
Jesus.
there, and then the next week he'll come back.
Jesus.
He said
Good.
in 1 week he lost just over 500 euros in bribes.
Aye, and that's a bit weird in a sense, because you've got to be prepared for it in a sense, haven't you? You've got to have that money on you, cash, I suppose, obviously cash, and it's strange, isn't it, that that it's just alien to you in a sense, you know, that you come across, as you say, officials that are wanting money to let you past, you know.
Well, could you imagine if a Metropolitan Police officer stopped you and went,
I know.
"Oh, can I have £100?"
I know.
And
I know.
You ain't going nowhere.
That's just what was going through my mind, and you think to yourself, that's alien to us, that type of scenario, you know. But commonplace to the truckers, you know. Commonplace.
No,
My dad was in the Yemen, and believe me, you always had to have money.
Aye. Yeah, aye, down there. Aye, Jesus, aye. And it must be strange, you know. But then again, if you know about it and you're used to it, then it's not strange, you know.
It's even worse with COVID now, though.
Ah, right.
Because,
Alright.
right, I'm going to take it for example. The other week, we had a guy named Ivo. He was a Romanian driver, spoke very good English, you know, very nice man. And he went out to go collect all of our stuff to deliver. And because of his test was, like, I think he said his test was 2 hours out of date, they quarantined him for 10 days.
Alright.
Like, in the port of Calais. They quarantined, like, they full on quarantined him, put a boot on his truck. Because they couldn't prove that he was positive or negative for COVID.
I mean, that's just sort of stress you're going to be faced with, I suppose, in the present circumstances. Yeah.
And it's not the fact that COVID's going to go away, it's we've got to learn to live with it.
Yeah. So, you know, it must be extremely difficult. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have liked to be in that situation. How did he cope?
He said he was on FaceTime with his wife and that every day. You know. I mean, he was quite happy about it because he was still getting paid for it.
I suppose, but nevertheless, you know, it's not something you want to go through. It's not something you want to go through voluntarily. No. You know, you'd never volunteer to go through something like that.
But as he said, it for work, it's what he had to do.
Aye, from a work point of view, yeah, I suppose you put up with it. Aye, I suppose that's true.
He said he spends an extra £400 out of our company for it, though.
Aye, quite right as well. You know, quite right as well. Because he was on a job that perhaps He shouldn't have
Keep
been on
right.
if he was going to be 2
And
days
then
out
exit
of
right.
state or whatever, like, you know, strange.
Well, no, he was also being charged for parking there as well.
Exit
Oh
right.
my god.
Yeah, they charged him parking fees.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Because
As if it's
obviously
not bad.
it's taking up the space in the ferry port.
Aye,
So I think
Aye.
they charge him £63 a day.
aye. So,
And
Keep
he was like,
left.
I'm not paying that, the company can pay that. So then he got that paid as well.
well, he had to do. He can't be faced with that as a personal expense. Jesus. God, gee.
My boss had his way, he would.
Wow.
My boss is quite cold-hearted.
But that's ludicrous, though. I mean, how can he possibly expect one of his employees to fork up that sort of money? You know.
Well, look at it this way. My boss is that type of person that one of our Arctic drivers filled up with £2,000 worth of fuel. He filled up all 3 of his tanks. And he filled it up with the premium diesel and then went to put it on the company fuel card and it didn't allow it because it was premium fuel, not standard.
Oh God.
And then my boss turned around to him and went, well, you better pay your fucking self then.
Jesus.
And he was like, I don't have £2,000 just to shell out.
No. But I mean, he's going to come a cropper because there's the demand for truckers. So I mean, how is he going to keep his workforce if he treats him like that?
No, he had a mental breakdown a couple of weeks ago and he left. But
No, I mean the owner of the firm, like.
oh, the owner of the firm he's been doing everything left, right, and centre to keep us.
Aye, but
You
that's
know-
what I mean. Well, it doesn't sound like it if he's treating the guys like that.
No, that was our transport manager. The transport manager has to answer to somebody else, and that somebody else has been overruling him on everything.
Oh, I see. Right.
Like I got given a written warning the other day because I stopped for a 45-minute break. Yeah, even though I'm not on tachograph, I said to him, I'm still entitled to a break.
Aye.
And then the next thing I know, I got the owner of the company writing to me saying that your written warning is no longer valid.
Aye.
He went, I've dismissed your written warning.
I think he needs to get rid of the transport manager then.
Oh, no, he left on his own accord.
Oh, good.
But
Ah,
now
good.
we haven't got a manager.
No. Well, step in there, Keelman. Step
No.
in there.
No, I don't want that job.
No. No.
Well, no, because the transport manager is in charge of 613 lorries,
Jesus. Good God.
and
Good God.
he has to deal with every international and internal shipment
Wow.
within or outside of the
Yeah.
UK.
Aye. Good God.
Yeah, so that's why I wouldn't want that job.
Is that's on one man's shoulders?
It's on a team of 4 people, but it is
Aye.
practically on one man's shoulders.
Aye.
You know, where the 4 people deal with it, but as soon as there's a problem, they go, oh
Aye.
no, he told me
Aye.
to do it, you know.
Aye. Yeah, exactly. Aye. I see what you mean. Aye. Good God, that's not a lot of people to be handling 600 odd thinking trucks. Gee whiz.
It's not even just that, it's the fact of when they go, oh yeah, we've got a light broken, and then now he's got to find a fitter to find that light.
Aye. Yeah. Oh well, I stay clear of that. Too much responsibility. Too much stress, I would think, as well.
Oh yeah, I think that's why he had the mental breakdown.
Aye. I mean, you got to feel sorry for people because, in a sense, that you know, it's not their own doing. It's what they're thrust into that causes them to.
Yeah, but this guy knew, like, he only accepted the job about 2 years ago. No, a year ago, sorry. He did the
Keep
job a year,
left.
but he used to work in the office, so he used to see what the old transport manager went through.
Aye. But at the same time, he maybe thinks he can do it, and I think that's the difficulty, is that people take on too much responsibility and they're not able to handle it, you know.
Yeah, but most of our truck drivers can't speak English. They're all
Alright.
foreign,
Aye.
so you've got to be bilingual.
Oh. Aye, but I mean,
We accept shipments from Poland, Italy, Spain, France, Germany, Romania, Bulgaria,
Jesus.
Lithuania, and
Wow.
you have to learn every one of them languages.
Oh my
We have
goodness.
one person in our office, their only job is to translate.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. What company is it you work for?
A company called Archese. Their job in the office, if, say for instance, if someone came up to me and they were talking to me in Italian, because I don't understand them, I'll bring them to the office and I'll be like, look, what's he saying?
Aye.
You know.
Aye. Gee, oh, God. Good gracious. That's quite stressful in itself, actually, isn't it?
We've got a lovely young lass. I can't remember her name for love nor money, but because she was brought up in Europe, most of the European languages are the same.
Aye.
Her dad was from Romania, her mum was from Bulgaria, but she was brought up in Italy.
Is that the girl that translates?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, so it's no great hardship for her.
No, so you go, what's he saying? And she goes, oh, he's asking where you park the trucks up. And she's like, oh yeah, just follow me.
He's asking where the toilet is.
No, honestly, it's stuff like that.
Aye. Can you show me where the nearest toilet is?
Yeah, can you show
And
me
you
where
take him to the office. You take him to the office and oh no, can I do the toilet here?
Can you show me where the showers are? And she's like, yeah, I'll show you where the showers are.
Aye. Oh well.
It's funny when it comes out with stuff like that. So like, can you show me this?
Aye.
And he's like, yeah, I'll show you it. You know. Like,
Aye.
now that I can actually understand you.
Aye. It's interesting though because in a sense it gives you the feeling that perhaps us British people should really be learning languages, you know, in a better fashion than we do.
Don't get me wrong, I do understand some language. I understand certain words. I don't understand the whole phrase yet, but
No.
I'm getting there.
Aye.
Like Bună ziua is good afternoon. So I had someone shout that to me, and I went up to her and went, what does Bună ziua mean? And she went, good afternoon. I was like, oh. So the next time I saw that driver, I was like, Bună ziua, and he went, Bună ziua.
Aye, exactly. Exactly.
You know?
It becomes that simple in a sense, doesn't it?
I also had someone call me a puller, and I asked her to translate that, and she was like, you don't want that translated. I was like, I do. So I want to know what he called me.
Aye.
And he went, you puller. Yeah, so I know he was calling me it, and she went, well, that means you're a dick.
Ah, well.
It was like, really? You're calling me a dick?
Aye.
Why can't you just tell me the language that I understand?
Aye, exactly. And then I would think, oh, right, okay, I'm a dick, alright, but what's
Keep
your
left.
reason for that?
Oh no, I know the full reason for that, because he parked his Arctic in the vans only area, and I parked my van directly in front of it and fucked off the weekend.
Alright. Ah, well.
Keep left.
I gave the keys into the office, and they were like, because the driver's not here, we're not allowed to release the keys. So I came back in very early Monday morning to a very angry driver.
Aye. Called you a dick.
No, he was meant to leave Sunday morning. He was meant to leave the UK Sunday morning, but because he'd parked in the vans only area,
Aye.
and the office didn't release our keys to him, he was like, no mate, we're not allowing you to leave.
Oh, no.
I put him 24 hours behind schedule.
Oh, gold.
I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
He should have, like, because in our company, because we know we have a lot of farmers, we have signs say like top's English, middle's Italian, bottom's German, like, and then Latvian, Lithuanian, and that underneath it.
Aye.
You know,
Aye.
we
Aye.
have all the translations all written on the sign.
Aye. Alright. Aye, right, okay.
So it's like, it's not like you can't read it.
No, right, okay.
So if you're parking there, unfortunately,
In the wrong place.
yeah.
Aye.
Oh, I'm nearly there. This is my second 3,000 mile journey today.
It's 3,000. Big an neck. Is it real miles or what?
Real mileage.
Wow. I shall watch that clocking up. How many miles have you got to go?
I've got 333 kilometres left.
Kilometres?
Yep.
Alright. I've got a wee chart here that'll tell me.
It's about.
That'll be about
150
15
clock.
minutes. About 15 minutes.
Yeah, but
15 minutes real time.
I set off from this job at 6 o'clock this afternoon,
Alright.
and it's been a lovely little drive from Turkey to Portugal.
How many total in total?
It's 2,838 mile.
2,000. Aye, that's about 4 hours, right enough. Aye.
Yeah,
I've got a wee chart here. About 4 hours. Aye, wow.
I've not done it in bad time.
No, that's about right. That's
Every
my
toll booth
chart.
I've come to so far, I'm not jinxing this one, that I've always followed the AI into the telematics side.
Aye.
So I've not had to stop at any toll booths yet.
Aye, so you go straight through
Straight through.
with the barrier up. Well, you've not been messing about then, have you? Gee whiz.
But
But that's about right.
I'm in an
It's about-
Iveco, and it's only got a 1,000 kilometre fuel tank,
Ah, right.
and I've done 4,300 kilometres so far.
So you've had to
So I've had to
Yeah.
fuel up a few times.
fuel up a few times. Aye, exactly. Aye.
Like
well.
I've just had to fuel up on the 400 kilometre mark because my fuel tank wouldn't have made it.
Aye, right.
So I know as soon as I finish this job, I'm going to take this into the repair centre, repair all the truck up, fuel it up, and then it's going to be stored because it's going to be my local distance truck.
Ah,
You know, you get the trucks that, like the Mercedes Actros,
aye.
very good for long distance.
Ah, right.
This one is a short distance truck.
Ah,
no,
right.
No weight on it
Ah,
whatsoever.
aye. Yeah, so
Keep left.
aye. Too many
Then
fuel
exit
stops.
left.
Yeah. Like, I would have been
Right.
done with this trip about an hour ago.
Aye, aye.
Exit left.
Ah, yes.
But
Well,
yeah,
I think I'm going to toddle off to bed, Kelvin. Nice
Aye.
speaking to you again.
you have a good
uh,
day.
You sort yourself out and get yourself sorted, and
I'm going to
tell me-
continue. I'm going to continue driving, but I'm also going to continue drinking my Captain Morgans.
Captain Morgan's a rum.
Yeah.
Captain Morgan's.
Keep
Have you
left.
put anything in it?
I've got Coke with it.
Coke.
Yep.
Aye. Captain
I
Morgan's.
don't normally,
Aye.
but I don't really want to get myself mad. So
But the thing about Coke is it's gassy.
yeah. But if
I
you
mean,
add
I
it-
used to drink rum and black currant.
if you add it to Captain Morgan's and then you leave it to sit for like half an hour like I do, it turns
Aye.
everything flat.
Ah, well, that's probably better then.
Yeah.
Aye. Aye, you don't want fizzy Captain Morgan's, I wouldn't have thought.
No.
Oh, bubbles. Oh, bubbles make it more intoxicated, I would think.
Keep left.
I've got 200 kilometres left.
200 kilometres, let me look at my chart.
About 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes, right, 10 minutes. Ah, well.
I'm counting down the mileage now because I need to use the toilet.
Keep
I don't want to
left.
stop.
You better watch yourself. You better watch yourself. I've done that. I've sat here thinking I need to go to the toilet, and then I don't.
I've done it in real life here, where I've done Newcastle and back in the day. So I live in Dagenham,
Aye.
so I've done Newcastle, which is 6
Oh.
hours,
Oh, Christ, aye.
and I've done 6 hours on the way back. But literally, as soon as I got to the M25, which counts me at an hour and 10 minutes left of driving time, it's like my body's like, oh, I need a toilet. It's like, you ain't going to
Aye.
the toilet yet.
Aye, aye. Oh,
Getting to
God,
the end
no,
of this.
Jesus. It's,
And
it becomes a battle against you. It's a battle of willpower then, isn't it?
No, and they always said to me in the warehouse, they were like, it's so funny when you do long runs because you seem to punish yourself because as soon as you get into the yard, the first thing you do, you run back to the toilet.
Aye.
She's like, well, yeah, because I don't want to stop on the last leg of the journey.
No, it's one of these. I suppose you put yourself through the challenge. I do it sitting at this thing at the damn computer, and I think I need to go to the toilet, and then you think, oh well, I'll wait for the next services, you know, and then the next services come and go, and you're still sitting thinking I need to go to the toilet.
The worst one is definitely on the A1M year when it goes next service station 200 miles and you're sitting there like, I need a wee now.
Oh no! Oh no! Aye.
And you're like, I need a wee
Keep
now.
left.
It's like
Aye.
200
Then
miles to
exit
the next
left.
service
Aye.
station. Oh, for
Aye.
fuck's sake.
Bark up on the bloody hard shoulder, I think. Yeah.
Exit left.
We'll get the old empty
Yeah.
bottle out.
Aye, empty bottle, aye, indeed. Aye, that's right.
No, I've done a drive before though. I've done 15 hours driving on my own in a company vehicle before. All
Wow.
in one day.
Wow. Jesus.
I
Keep
set off at
left.
7 o'clock in the morning and I got back at 10 to midnight.
God.
That was
God.
a lovely day driving, but it was so tiring.
Aye.
I cannot
Aye,
tell you
that's,
the amount of Red Bulls, cans of Coke I went through because
Oh, God, that's not healthy. Oh,
I need to
Jesus.
keep myself awake though.
Aye, I know, but that's unhealthily keeping yourself awake, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the trouble. It
I
all
did do it
builds up in
mostly
your...
through natural means. I did do milkshakes.
Keep left.
Ah.
And then I went for a 4-pack of Red Bull and a 6-pack of cans
Oh,
of Coke.
Christ! Red Bull! Oh, no!
Yeah, it was literally, I was getting to the last leg of the journey and I'd say about every 15 minutes I was like, I need to go to bed, and he was like, no, wake the fuck up, get another can
Oh,
out."
Christ, you'd be high as a kite on Red Bull.
No, I went for a whole 4-pack.
Jesus.
I got back to the yard and I was still like half asleep. I was like, this is just too much.
Oh my God.
Everyone was like, you look like you've seen a ghost. I was like, mate, I'm fucking dead inside.
Aye, exactly, aye. Oh, aye.
And they were, what
Physically
time
and...
did you, they were, what time did you set off from Edinburgh from? I was like, mate, I set off from Edinburgh at 6 o'clock. They were like, you do realise that was nearly 7 hours ago.
Aye.
I was like, I know.
Aye. Yeah, Jesus.
And everyone was
Right,
like,
I'm off to bed, I think,
Yeah.
Kevin. I'll speak to you again.
I'll speak to you in a bit.
Aye. Cheerio!
Alright, cheerio, mate. Oh, I'm going to come off live for a minute.